Hi everyone, Jackie Broman here. Happy Monday. Join Jackie on Mondays. So I had some feedback last week that doing it on the laptop was not great sound. So I'm back to the phone. We got rid of our old background because our logo actually changed recently or in the last 18 months or so. And we've used this catchphrase, the better approach, which is what we're saying TBA Law stands for. So that's now our primary background. So yeah, just changing it up a little bit for 2023. Today's topic is about the sandwich generation. Now, sandwich generation phrase can be used in a few different contexts. The context that I used it in was around the book that I wrote, Sandwich Generation. So in this context, I was talking about that generation of people who have adult children, and potentially your children are starting to have children. So you've got young grandchildren, and you've also got elderly parents. So you're probably in your late 50s or 60s, and you are well and truly in the sandwich generation. So you are thinking about your aging, declining parents and what responsibilities you have there. You're also thinking about your children, because if something happened to your children, you know that probably you're going to have to look after your grandchildren. So there's a huge amount of responsibility and extra pressure on you to take care of everyone all around you. So there's conversations to be had. There are, sorry, I've just had a text message pop up on my phone, which is the curse of doing it on your phone. There's conversations to be had with your aging parents about making sure that things are easier for them and for you, and that you have all the legal paperwork in place so legally you can do things for them if you need to. And they are then protected as well, because once you're actually covered by the law, instead of operating outside of it, they're protected too. So there is that. And then there's also having the conversations with your children to say, well, you now have children. You know, you need to make sure it's clear about what's going to happen to your children if something happens to you, what your instructions are if that was the case, because you shouldn't make any assumptions about how they want their children brought up or who they want their children to be living with. And you also don't want to end up in a fight over who's going to care for your children's children, for your grandchildren, if something does happen to your child. Particularly if your child is also in a blended family, so it adds a whole other element. So I was holding up the first edition of my book before. This is the second edition. It's got the same little cartoon on it, but it's just a bit more distinctive in terms of really bright orange. A lot of this information is on our blog, tbalaw.com.au, and you can go to the useful articles link. But the other thing as well about being in the sandwich generation is because you have responsibilities all around you and people relying on you, and you're sort of caretaking at both ends of the family, what happens if something happens to you? So think about all of these things. I know sometimes it's hard to think about, but the decision-making process we can actually help to make fairly simple for you. Our appointments guide you by asking you all of the questions that we need to ask to put in place a comprehensive set of documents for you that will actually work for you and your family if something happens. And it's all for a case of emergency, and we hope these emergencies don't happen. But as I often say, hope is not a strategy, and actually doing something is important. So there is my message about the sandwich generation for this Monday. I'll be back again next Monday with another topic. If you're wondering what the topic is, we do post that topic on the weekend onto the page. Or if there's a topic you particularly want me to cover, let me know. You can let me know via this page, direct message, or the link to our website is also on the page. Again, tbalaw.com.au. And on our contacts page, you have Meet the Team, with all our individual emails, so you can email me from there too. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week. A couple of people jump on right at the end, so you didn't get to hear the content, but the beauty of being live is that this video then gets saved onto the page like all the other videos for the last 3 years. So there's over 150 videos there, which is a great resource for yourself or anyone that you know who doesn't know where to start or is looking to do a little bit of research and preparation work before doing some of this estate planning. Or, for example, if you are appointed into the role of an executor for someone else, what are your roles and responsibilities? That information's there, as are so many other things. So do have a look there. But otherwise, I'll catch you again next week. Hope you have a great week. Stay cool and enjoy Australia Day.